Welcome, Joyage. In today's video, we'll be covering the Winter Elves NFT. This is the new project I was telling you about a few days ago. In our last review video, we covered the Doge Pound. The next project we cover, I will be asking my Twitter, so if you want to follow me on Twitter at Cade Bergman, I'll be doing that there. So you guys can have the opportunity to control what video comes next. Guys, we appreciate the consistent uploads. I've been going 1 to 2 videos every single day, not really planning on stopping. We've got quite the archive of videos now. My goal is to instill the confidence and knowledge it takes to navigate this metaverse on your own one day, and I think it's going to happen. So if you're excited about that, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel with the bell on, and let's get into this video. So here is the Winter Elves website. Actually, I'll show you what they look like. So here's like the first generation of these elves. And as you guys know, this is the project that I was able to get those whitelists for. So there will be a Twitter and a Discord giveaway for those whitelists if you guys want to enter in there. It's happening right now if you're watching this. If I uploaded this today and you're watching it today, it's still happening. Run to my Twitter, run to my Discord. Let's get those whitelists out, baby. I'll pop up some of the screenshots from our conversations with the team. So the deal was, I do a brutally honest review video. I get whitelist spots to give out to me and my supporters. And if I get over 150 invites to their Discord, I get a custom made animated GIF Space Yeti. And the Space Yetis you will find out later while we're reviewing this project. But for me, that was dope. I would love to have a custom made avatar. It's going to have the glasses. It's going to be epic. So that is the full transparency. Now let's check out their website. We got the winterelves.com. Actually, I'll show you what they look like. So here's their original photo. Here's the elf. This is one of the renditions of them. They're pretty cool looking. And you know, the weird thing is I haven't seen that many projects with like humans that for some reason this caught my eye when I first saw it. And when I was first introduced to this project, it wasn't enough for me to be like, hell yeah. But then King Mike DM'd me a photo and said, here is what the Genesis 2 collection looks like. And boy, oh boy, did I fall in love with that. And so did a lot of other fucking people, I guess. So yeah, the Space Yetis, this is what happens when they do their staking. We're going to talk about that in a second. But yeah, this is the avatar I'm going to get, the custom avatar with these glasses. Why do you think I'm so fucking excited? So I'm really, really excited for this, solely from an artistic, just for a personal reason. And while we're on Twitter, we might as well just like check out their page. Here they are. They have 8,888 Winter Elves, and here's their Twitter. They have 2,400 followers. And this picture got so much engagement. But for the rest of it, I mean, they're doing a really good job staying transparent, staying open, having fun, talking, doing GIFs, keeping people in the loop. I'm a big fan of projects that are prioritizing brand, and that is something I've spoken to the team about many times and kind of drilled in their head. I'm like, guys, you need to make sure you really prioritize brand for new projects, especially. It's a very dangerous time to be doing this shit, and they are doing just that. They're doing very well with this, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed so far. And as you guys remember with Halloween Bears, I ripped into them around Halloween time, and since then they've taken a big fat L, so I guess I was right. I'm not a fan of holiday projects. I told Mike this when he first approached me with an idea for a collaboration, and he said, don't worry, we have a solution for that. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes. You get your Winter Elves, you're able to generate Christmas gifts through gifts, and this is the one part that actually threw me for a little bit of a loop, because I was like, wait, what's happening? So it's like a different style of staking, which I like. I like any kind of gamification, any kind of innovation. So let's talk about it. So essentially the way I was described it from the team is that they're big fans of Christmas. They want to have Christmas spirit NFT, but not ending at Christmas. They want to extend it. So they have some ideas for how they're going to do that. But for as far as the Christmas time, so if you mint 2 of these elves, right, and you stake it, you get 10 gifts per day, 2 elves, and 500 gifts. You're able to generate Christmas gift number 1, which is the Space Yeti that I showed you earlier, which is what I will be doing regardless of whether or not I think this project will do well, which we'll get into later in the video. I feel like I've said that a million times later in the video. We're never going to get to that point in the video. And then if you don't take the Space Yeti, if you end up holding the elves and just continue to stake, and you get to 850 gifts, you're able to generate Christmas gifts 2 and 3. Now, here we have gift number 1, Space Yeti's collection capped at 3,333. So not everybody is going to be able to get a Yeti. So you pretty much have to stake from the very beginning to have a chance at this. And so anyone who's not staking, who's reselling, is taking any opportunity to get a Space Yeti pretty much out of the loop. So that's a cool idea to kind of generate a little bit more demand. Gift number 2 is 0.2 to 1 Ethereum. So basically you make your money back and then plus like a lot if you end up staking for that long. And to get number 2, you have to stake 2 L's up to 850 gifts. And to get gift number 1, you have to stake 2 L's and get to 500 gifts token. And we have gift number 3, which is a Tesla or 10 ETH. That is fucking insane. That would be actually really crazy. That'd probably be the first time like a big giveaway like that happens, and that would be awesome if that worked out. So I like this idea. A little bit of lore, a little bit of story. You guys know I'm a big fan of that. I love anything that pushes brand, personality, characters. Like I love all that shit. So this is really cool. Essentially, like Christmas needs to be saved by the elves, and that's the gist of it. And I kind of like it. And the elves are burned every time you do like if you redeem anything for gifts, you burn your elves. So it's also good because it makes it deflationary. Also in December, they will be using a portion of the money they make from the mint leading up to Christmas to give $1,000 worth of ETH a day to a lucky holder. So you have to be a holder to be in this. And they must be delisted. So they launch on November 23rd at 5 p.m. To mint, it's going to be 0.55 for people on the whitelist and 0.06 for people on the public mint. So hopefully if you get on the whitelist that's happening on my Twitter and my Discord and that giveaway, then you'll be able to get a little bit of a discount. I'm not sure, it's not exactly clear if after like Christmas, the staking mechanism is just like not a thing. I'm not sure how that works because I feel like you could buy 2 more L's and just stake for another 50 days or whatever it is. So as long as they prioritize branding and are able to stick out the lulls in the market where, you know, their holders are getting a little antsy, if they're able to really connect with the team. And one thing that I talked about in their AMA, I actually asked them this point blank on their AMA live. I said basically, what are you guys doing to increase your brand and get people to talk about you? And he said, we're doing YouTube videos, we're going to do lives, we're going to do AMAs in the Discord. Like, we are looking to talk to you and do all the things. And I really like that because a lot of projects are not doing that. So with the founding team here, we've got King Mike, founder and crypto investor based in Texas, currently dedicate all my time to my newborn daughter and Winter Elves. We have at Akove, founder and crypto investor based in Texas, dedicating my time to Winter Elves and finishing my master's degree in accounting. At Metazoid, developer and crypto engineer based in Europe, spends his winters in Portugal and summers in Berlin, likes to geek out NFTs, Web3, VR, and startups. And at Pong, NFT digital artist and business owner, been contracted by big successful projects in this space, currently only dedicated all my time to Winter Elves NFT. I actually do know Pong, the artist. He actually is a reputable artist. We got King Mike, creator of the Winter Elves NFT. He's got 77 followers. As you guys know, I don't really care about numbers, but 77 followers means he's probably not active enough. And I've done just a little bit of a dive on his Twitter. Mike, you could definitely do a lot more, bro. And I think this is really important for all the people in the team. As you guys saw with Project Draka, that had its mint today, that one of the devs walked out in the middle of the mint, I guess, and the people they just clowned on Project X because Project Draka, because Project Draka prioritized no branding whatsoever. They only prioritized whitelists and hype, and they got absolutely fucked and clobbered when the mint happened, and it's pretty much irreversible. Akove, same deal, basically 20 followers, not doing remotely close to enough. You need to be doing a lot more, fam. Even if you're just retweeting stuff, engaging the community, leaving GIFs, anything is better than what you're doing, which is nothing. We have Scorch. He does a little bit better, a little bit more engagement and stuff, but and so far I don't know of any accolades as far as experience between any of the 4. I'm pretty sure this is everybody's first project. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure we're heard in the AMA. So take that for what it is. There's a lot of projects that have done very well with people on their first time, and there's projects that have done very poorly. So just something to keep in mind. And finally, we have Pong, the lead artist for the NFT set, and I know he's worked on another project. Even him, he does okay. He could do better. I think all the people on the team just need to do better branding themselves as people, because if something goes wrong with the project, if staking doesn't work the right way, if it's not as cool as they thought, these guys, they need to have something to fall back on, and that's where branding comes in, okay? If I drop an NFT project, for example, and I fuck up something, y'all are gonna be way more forgiving because you know who I am, you know I didn't mean it, and I can fix it and all those things. But if you didn't know me as a person, you would just start clowning on me and say, God damn it, I fucking knew it, this guy's not capable. It's really fucking important, actually, that you guys really prioritize starting YouTube videos, talking, doing podcasts, whatever you gotta do, get on an interview with me, whatever you gotta do to push that brand, you guys, because if you make one mistake, you need to have your brand to fall back on. Popped in the Discord and found out that one of the projects, I know there's another project, but the one he's talking about is Galaxy Fight Club. That's a pretty big project. A lot of people are talking about it. So he is one of the artists for that team. And so that's pretty cool. It's always good to have someone reputable on the team. It just increases a little bit more of just like transparency and trust in a project. And this is just a meet the team page in their Discord. So we've got a little bit more detail. It looks like Meta's always been in crypto for a while. But I mean, look, with these things, I mean, I don't know if those are qualifications. It's just more to like talk about him. And honestly, I want to see more of these things. Like, this is cool. I like this. Even if it isn't something that's like very impressive, I would rather read this and say, oh man, he went to college and he like played soccer, or like, you know, he traveled for a few months. Like, I want to hear stuff like that to humanize these people, because I'm going to be honest, I'm just going to assume that people who are doing NFT projects are somewhat capable. And so I want to know who they are as people. They stay so fucking active in this Discord, and they do sneak peeks. They're in there with announcements and tweets, and they're just talking, and it's very good. Like, it's a lot of good signs from a project for a project that you want to hold long term. And for me, if I get a custom made Yeti, I'm just not going to sell that, period. So this is a project I'm looking at as a potential, one of the only new projects I've seen in a long time, which is why I try to get whitelist instead of being paid, because I wanted to get you guys in on this. This is the only one that I've seen recently that has enough brand and personality and some uniqueness to it that has a remote chance of making it. I still think it's gonna be an uphill battle. I really believe it's gonna be uphill battles for any project minting that's not when NFTs are at peak volume. Okay, we're not at peak volume. We're in a little bit of a good speed hump, right? So I will say it's risky doing mints right now, and especially since they're launching in like 5 days. I really hope they're aware, and I really hope they just go day to day, and I'm sure the community will understand if you guys want to push it back. And if that's something that's important to you guys, if you want to make sure we have a smooth mint and there's not like $700 gas fees, you may have to do something like that. So let's talk about some of the reservations I have for this project. I noticed that they're very focused on selling out at the mint and being able to use that as a flex, which I get. I just think they maybe focus a little too much on that. And so I spoke to them and I say, hey guys, that's not the most important thing that you sell out. There's a lot of projects that didn't sell out that are doing just fine, so don't prioritize that. And they seem to understand. I think they were just trying to like get the energy up or whatever. What are you guys going to do when Christmas is over? Your winter elves. And so they assured me that the roadmap 2.0, when the space age comes out, all will be revealed. And I do believe them. And if I change my mind later on, or if you decide to, just fucking sell it. The final reservation is they're just not doing enough branding work. I don't think they're focusing enough on the things that are going to matter long term. And the problem with that is that unless you're an NFT project that's very experienced, or you're a guy who's worked on teams for a few years, like basically everyone on like the Doodles team, you don't know what it's like to go through a bear market. You don't know how to survive a bear market. You know, like almost none of these projects in 2021 know exactly what to do. And that's where experience really fucking matters. And that's where it could really hurt new NFT projects and new NFT teams. And that is just something that goes across the board for NFT projects. Now let's talk about some of the pros. I like their staking model. I think it's good to have a reason to stake that's not just so I can get this, because they have options. And that's the first one I've seen with options. Like, am I stupid, or like, is that not a thing? Because having the option to do gift 1, gift 2, or gift 3, there's a lot of options there. And like for me, I'm going for the Yeti because it's a custom made one and I just want it. But for someone else who wants to make it a whole Ethereum, or, you know, compete for a Tesla, that's fun. And adding gamification to anything helps, and keeping it in its own ecosystem is good. And so those are the things, they're headed in the right direction, is what I'll say. The other thing that I thought was cool was their staking model leads up to the Christmas season and kind of like a Christmas gift for the Space Yeti. I think it's kind of like fun, but I will say it could be recipe for disaster with short term, and I hope that they're ready for that. And that is where the brand will kick in. You know, if there's a big sell-off when the Yetis happen, which is possible, I don't know, because when you mint your Yeti, you burn the elves. So that's a very interesting piece, and that's actually a huge positive, because that may end up being everything there, because then the elves are gone and the space Yetis become the new thing, and now we have a combined set of only like 5,000 total, because all the elves are gone pretty much, and there's just space Yetis. And so I don't know what's coming, and that'll be roadmap 2.0. So I like the ideas. And the last thing is the art's cool. It's dope. You saw that Yeti. I would rock that in a fucking world. That always goes into consideration for me. They have a good chance. I'll say they have a good chance, a fair shake. It's going to be an uphill battle, because if they decide to mint in 5 days, who knows what the volume will look like. And that's just difficult because they cornered themselves with doing a Christmas model. They kind of have to mint right now, otherwise they won't have time to get it in before Christmas. And so that can be a good or bad thing, and I think that's just something they have to think about. But if you're gonna mint something, this is one of the safer options in my opinion. And I have a whitelist competition going on my Twitter and my Discord, so I have the links below if you want to check that out. Guys, if you learned something, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. We got so many videos coming. This is like the 15th or 16th review video. We've got reaction videos coming. We got all types of content. I'm starting a new series like every week, so this is cool, and I'm really excited to see what we got going on forward. If you want to see more of me right now, click on one of these boxes on the other side of me. Until next time, continue on your Joyage, continue to learn, and be grateful you're alive watching this video.